training webinar. You're very, very welcome to attend, and thank you for giving this time to yourself, in fact, because this training, this presentation is all about you. It's not about anybody else. It's all about you to help guide you, make you successful in whatever walk of life, whatever business that you care to do. So we're ready to get started. I'll be taking you through some information on how to set up some goals for this year and beyond this year. It's important to have a strategy, both short-term, medium-term, and long-term. We're also going to look at how to build a list and how to have prospects on demand. That's very useful to have a potential customer or potential affiliate or distributor on demand. That's very, very important, something you should learn how to do. And of course, then we're going to show you how to make an invitation. We're going to cover a lot on the thing, but let's pull the curtain now on 2016. It's well gone. We're now in the new year of 2017, and it's time to get active. Many of us use that window just before New Year's to create their New Year's goals, to set up New Year's resolutions, whether it's to get healthier. Many people join the gym. I think it's the busiest year in the calendar for people to join the gymnasiums because they come out into the new year saying, hey guys, this is the new me. I'm going to go to the gym every day, and they take out a new membership. And many of them have already, just a few weeks into the new year, have already paid the membership and stopped attending. Many of us make many, many resolutions, and the average people cannot just hold on to those resolutions. And that's very, very important to be able to do, to get into a habit of creating that resolution, creating that new idea, but sticking to your guns, doing the thing you said you would do. Now, what we're here to do is we're here to prepare for the journey, and no different than going to sea. We're going to have good days in the business. We're going to have bad days in the business. We're going to have hot days. We're going to have cold days. We're going to have windy days. There's going to be days when your sails are full of wind and you're moving fast. There's also going to be days when it's calm, when there's very little happening, when your sails aren't full of wind and you're maybe just sitting around and idle. So it is important to understand that we are on a journey, and we're going to have calm waters, we're going to have choppy waters, we're going to meet things that we don't meet in normal business days. For most people who are working in their career, they have a typical day where they do the same thing every day. They get up at the same time, they travel in the same car or vehicle or transport to work. They sit in that same seat at their job generally. They wear the same type of clothes. They have a break at lunchtime. They come home at the same time. They have a kind of a system that doesn't change much. But when you go into the business of entrepreneurship and home-based business, you're entering new territory, and you've got to prepare for that journey. And more importantly, you've got to prepare your new people. We are introducing people into the business world, and we've got to prepare them for that. So this training is all about preparing you, giving you some guidelines and tips and hints to help you be successful and to help you help your team be successful. Now, of course, on that journey, we're going to see some beautiful things, and I could tell you it's probably spectacular to see an iceberg coming out of the sea. Calm waters, you can see there, maybe a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sight. But guys, there is warning signs when you see an iceberg, and no better than the captain of the Titanic. When he saw this beautiful object, he just didn't stay clear. He got too close, and of course, the problem is it's not what's above the water, it's what's under the surface. And as you can see in the picture, and the little arrow here, you know, way out from the iceberg, way out from the danger, you could get in trouble. And this is the same thing. Get prepared, know what you're about, know what your opportunity is about, be prepared for objections, be prepared with the answers. Train yourself, spend a lot of time working on yourself, and that's very, very important. There's a lot of good videos, there's a lot of good books, there's a lot of good educators, there's a lot of good seminars that you could attend, and you need to do that. You need to spend 15 or 20 minutes on yourself every day. Every single day you should be learning a little bit on our industry. You should be preparing yourself for your journey in our industry, because this is the best paid business in the world. You've also got to look out for the sharks. And of course, we're going to meet the sharks on our journey. There will be people that will misguide you. There will be people that won't be honest with you. And that's just business. You've got to be prepared. You've got to stay focused. You've got to keep swimming. But stay away from the sharks, and vet the people you hang around with. Vet the competition, and make sure that you're swimming in non-shark infested waters. That would be very, very, very important. So what's vital in this business is you need, and we have a blank space here, you need what? What do you need? Well, the answer is you need a reason. And you need a reason to be doing this business. You need a reason to be involved. You just can't join a business or join an opportunity because somebody said, hey, I've got the best opportunity in the world, come and join it. No, it may be the best opportunity. You see, what's the best car in the world? Think about that. What's the best car in the world? Do you have one of those? What's the best house in the world? Do you have one of those? So it doesn't matter if it's the best. What matters is you need a reason for doing it. Now, this is vital. This is the most important slide almost in our whole presentation. In the industry, we call it the why. W-H-Y. The why. Why are you doing it? Why have you joined the business? Why have you joined this type of industry? Yeah? What's your reason? This is so important. Why are you here tonight? Why are you here today? Why are you listening to the training? Why have you joined the opportunity? Have you thought about that? Why? You see, guys, the camera is on you. You are Big Brother in this case. You are the author of your own success. You are the director of the movie. Every decision you make every single day has a bearing on what you do and where you end up. And where you are today, yeah, your current situation, where you are right now, you are the author of that. It's your responsibility for your success. It's up to you to decide. It's your decisions, who you hang around with, what business you get involved with, what action you take. You have created your success story to date, okay? And likewise, in this business, it's you that's going to create that success story. And as long as you have a very good reason for doing this, then you can hold yourself accountable. So the first steps in success is this. You need to make and I can guess what you're saying. You need to make a list. You need to make a plan. No, you need to make a decision. Guys, write that down. You need to make a decision. This business, your success in this business, all starts with a decision. Think of any successful business. Think of Richard Branson. You know, he had to make a decision. Is this an industry I'm going to get into? Why am I going to do it? What's my reason? What's the outcome? He made a decision, yes. And when he made his decision, he was all in. All in. Every hour, every minute, until he got that business up to success. Every pound, euro, dollar he held, he put into that business to make it a success. He made a decision. And that's what I'd like you to do now at the beginning of 2017, is make a decision. Am I going to do it or am I not? Am I going to sit on the shelf and just watch things go by, show up at the odd presentation, show up at the odd Zoom, or am I going to do something? Am I going to be successful in my opportunity? And that's down to you. It's down to your decision. You've also, on line 2 there, you've got to make a plan. Okay, the missing word there is plan. You need to make a plan for this year. You need to sit down, not on this presentation, but you need to sit down after this and make out a plan for 2017. You also need to make a plan out for 2020. Now, I think 2020 is a phenomenal date to aim for anything. It's long enough down the track. It's 3 years away. 2020 represents for me 2020 vision. Okay, what is your vision for 2020? What are you going to achieve by then? And then a little bit long term, we're going to look at up to 2025. So make a plan for this year, for the next 2 to 3 years, and for the longer term, your short to medium term plan on what you're going to do. Now, the third thing we need to do is take something action. Take, what would that word be? Take action. Take what action? Fast action? No. Take quick action? No. Take, what do you think the answer is there? Take what? Guys, it's take correct action. You see, what people are doing, some people are in their business, they think they're doing the right thing, but it's not working out for them because maybe they're doing the wrong thing. Taking the correct action is very, very important. You can be active in your business, but if you're saying the wrong things, if you're doing the wrong things, you're not going to get the results. It's a bit like playing golf. Let's say you were playing a game of golf and you put down a ball and you take the golf club and you hit that ball, and instead of it going towards the flag, it shoots away off over to the left. Okay, so you put the ball down, hit it, and away it goes off to the left. So what do? Well, you go, that wasn't very good. You take another ball, you set it down again, you say, I'm going to have another go. And you lift the club and you hit it again, and it goes to the left as well. And you go, that's not going anywhere near the flag. So what you do then is you take another ball and you set it down and you hit it again. And it goes away to the same direction as the other three. What do you think you're doing wrong? You're actually taking action. You're going out there, you're hitting the ball, but you're not hitting it correctly. So what you've got to do is you've got to go to the pro house, you've got to go to get the professional and say, I keep hitting the ball, it goes way off to the left. What am I doing wrong? And the professional golfer will say, well, okay, show me what you're doing, and he'll watch what you're doing. And he'll say to you, you know what? The first thing wrong is you've got the wrong club. The second thing you're doing wrong is you're standing wrong. You're too close to the ball. The third thing you're doing wrong is you need to spread your feet a little bit wider. The fourth thing you need, your grip's all wrong. And the professional, the trainer, will teach you how to hit it correctly. So therefore you can appreciate it's important to take the correct action. Not just take action, but start taking the correct action. And you can learn the correct action for your business, the correct things to say, the correct things to do, and take the correct action. You see, if you're taking action, that's good, but take the correct action and you'll get results. And of course, point 4 is persist. Don't give up in week 1, week 2, week 3, month 3, even year 3. You've got to persist with your activities. I'm in this industry almost 20 years. I've persisted with the business. I've continually personally developed. I continually listen to audios. I continually listen to the experts. I continually go to the presentations. I continually show up at the meetings. I continually persist and persist and persist. And I make decisions. I make plans. I take action. Not always the correct action. I try to take the correct action, but you've got to get the guidance and you've got to persist if you want to be successful in this business. Now, what's important is in setting your goals is it's really the first step to turning the invisible into the visible. Now, when we were children, we were brilliant at this. You remember when you were a young kid, and you said to mommy and daddy that you wanted a football or you wanted a bicycle or you wanted new shoes? The children could turn the invisible, the thing that didn't exist, into something that they had got into the visible. So setting goals is something you were very good as a child. And your parents were very good to get those things for you, the necessities and the toys and the presents and all of that. And the challenge is when we got older, we stopped getting good at dreaming. We stopped getting good at setting those goals. So setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. So if there's something you want, you've now got to start thinking about it. And what I suggest you do is you get yourself a cup of coffee, maybe after the presentation, after you've watched it, or maybe tomorrow, or you spend a few moments at the weekend, maybe take half an hour out, get a pen and paper and start working on some of your goals. You want to look at things like your career. Are you happy enough with your current job or your current business or your current career? Have you, when you left school and you decided you wanted to be in that profession, has it turned out the way you wanted it? Are you at the level in your business or in your job where you wanted to be? Are you making the most possible money from everybody in your company? Yeah. So have a look at your career and see, are you satisfied with that, or what could you have? What would be possible? What could you do better? The next thing we want to look at is our family. Now, family is very, very, very important. You've got to involve your family in your decisions. You've got to let the family know what you're doing. But think about it in terms of family. Have you delivered everything possible for the family? Are they in a secure situation? Is there nice income coming into your household to keep the family, to keep the roof over your head? Are they in the best house they could be in? Are they getting the best education you could provide for them? And, are they traveling? Are they seeing the world? What is it that you're providing? So I want you to spend a little bit of time thinking, what could you do to make the family better? What would be good for the family as a unit? Look at the relationships too with your partner or your spouse, your children. How could you improve those areas? Very, very important in goal setting. You just can't focus on the nice things in life and say that's goal setting. You've got to look at the whole area of life, because if they're not all working in tandem together, if they're not all working together, maybe if you're making lots of money, but the family's not happy at home, that's not good enough. Or maybe if you're traveling the world and getting lots of holidays or doing business all over the world, that's good for you, but not for the family. So when we look at goals, I think it's very important to look at all these different areas: career, family, relationship, travel goals. Like, some people get one holiday a year. Some people don't get any holidays a year. They work all year. They can't even afford to go on a holiday. But for those families that do get one holiday a year, why not two this year? Why not three? So have a look at where you could travel. Can you build a business while you're traveling? So let's say you want to go to India, or you want to go to United States, or you want to go to somewhere you haven't been before. Build your business around your travel. Go to the destination and do some business there too. Of course, go off and have some quality time, eat in nice restaurants, but spend a day or two finding who could you meet in that area. Is there any presentations in the area you're traveling to? And work that into your business in terms of travel goals, what you could best do there. Health is a very important area. I mean, health is your wealth. There's no doubt about that. You would trade all the money in the world for your health. That's the most important thing. But there's a couple of things affecting people's health today. And one of them is finances. Some people are unhealthy simply because they're under stress. It's a major area when you look, or when you talk to the doctors, they'll tell you, so many people are stressed about finances, about mortgage, about rent payments, about debt, about credit card debt, about all of that carry on. It's really putting a very big toll on people's health. So when you're in this business and you start making some extra money and life becomes a lot better, your health becomes a lot better as well. Not only that, but what about the food you're eating? Are you eating the best food possible? Are you eating carry-outs? Are you when you go to the restaurant, do you look at the price of the food, or do you look at the menu? Lots of people don't look at the menu. They just go over to the right-hand side and look at the price. They go, oh my goodness, that's very expensive. They don't look at the food. You should be looking at the food, not looking at the price. And in this business, when you're making lots of money, the good thing is you don't have to worry about the price. You could get the best food. But health, think about exercise. Are you doing enough exercise? What are your goals in terms of health? What about your social goals? What about your business goals? Many people we talk to are not even in business. They've never been in business. So it's nice to think that you can be in business. Why? Well, everybody can be in business because it's just a decision. Getting into business is just a decision. The number one reason people don't have a business is they don't know what business to have. Isn't that incredible? The number one reason why people do not get into business is because they've never thought about it. They just went to school, they were told to get a job, they got a job, and they just thought business was for somebody else, not them. But guys, you can be in business. Of course you can be in business. It's just a decision. In fact, I know by the fact that you're on this presentation, you're in the business of direct sales. You're in this wonderful industry that we're involved with. This is business. And what we can do is we can share the business opportunity with everybody we know and care about. Another couple of areas you need to think about is your savings. Unfortunately, there are too many people that are about 90 days away from broke. I said it again, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are 90 days away from totally broke. That's correct. If your money stopped coming into the house this week, let's say your income stopped, your job stopped, or your business income stopped, or your benefits stopped. If they stopped, think about it. In 90 days, 3 months from now, where would you be? Be honest. And people start going, wow, that is scary. If my money stopped coming in, have I got any saved? Have I any put away? So a great question is, what financial strategy have you in place to increase your income in the next 12 months? Okay? And let's say you're out meeting somebody this weekend or next weekend. You want to be thinking about these kind of statements. You're having a talk about a football match, or you're talking about something you watched on the telly, or you're talking about holidays you're going on, or you're just talking about a friend at work. You say, hey, what financial strategy have you in place to increase your income in the next 12 months? And they will look at you and go, what? What are you talking about? What financial strategy have you in place to increase your income in the next 12 months? And most people will say, I do not have one. I have no strategy, and that gives you an opportunity to invite them to have a look at your business. So you say, listen, I have a program. I'd love to share it with you, not now because we're only talking, but maybe I get in touch with you later in the week. Maybe we'll go on a Zoom call. Maybe I can share a video with you. Maybe we'll meet up and go to the meeting in the local hotel. But I'd love to bring you along and show you a strategy that you can increase your money coming into your house in the next 12 months. Would you be interested in that? So using this type of terminology or phraseology, you can start getting customers when you know that people don't have financial strategies in place. Most people don't. Now, some of the reasons why you want to get involved is for an extra income, and that's quite important. Lots of people cannot survive on what they're earning today. I also think the way technology is going, the way the internet's going, businesses will be downsizing and people will be losing their jobs. There's a lot of situations where people are out of work. I think the computers and technology is going to replace us. That's what's happening over time. I know with new currencies coming into the marketplace, it's going to leave less room for banking. It's all going to be done online, so people are going to be out of jobs. I know from many, many areas in life that that we need to think about generating new income, and your friends and your family need to consider developing a new income stream on top of their job. Now, I don't mean stop your job or stop work. I mean do something part-time, 7 to 10 hours a week on top of what you do to start creating an extra income, and that's very, very important. Maybe the reason for joining is to have more time with the family. Now, again, I'm back to the family. I have a big family myself, and a lot of people go through life not even seeing the kids because they're up early in the morning, they're way off to work. They don't even get them to school because the bus picks them up, or the next door neighbor brings them to work, or your spouse brings them into school. You don't get bringing them into school because you're way off to work. You don't see them all day. They're coming home at 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You don't see them again because you're at work. Then they come home and they go out and play. You don't see them playing because you're at work. Then you come home 6 or 7 o'clock and you want something to eat, and the kids are doing their homework and you're not helping them, and you're tired, and then you go to bed and you do it again and you do it again and do it again for 40 years of your life, and you miss the kids growing up, and life goes by very, very fast. So lots of people would love more time with the family. Wouldn't it be great to have all the time in the world and all the money to do what you wanted to do? And that's sometimes when you're approaching people, we keep saying you want to make more money. No, some people don't want to make more money. I know lots of business people, they're making a lot of money. They're making like between 3,000 and 10,000 a week, and they don't want money. You know what they want? They want their time back. They want to be able to turn off the alarm clock to not get up early. They don't want to go in and open the shop. They would rather have more time with the wife or with the family, with the husband, whatever the situation is. and that's more important. So if somebody says to you, I don't have time to look at your business, do you know what you need to give them? Time. Say, listen, this business will give you time that you need. So think about that. If you're not interested in the money, you might be interested in the time. Somebody says, I'm too busy, I can't go to your meeting. Well, they need to come to the meeting. Why? Because they're too busy, they've no time, they need time. If you could give them all the money they're getting and all the time to do it. Let's say somebody makes $500 a week and they're just too busy working, taxi driving, whatever it is they're doing, and they say, I'm too busy, I can't go to the meeting. Say, if I give you what you earn, say $500 a week, and you didn't have to drive that taxi, or you didn't have to go into work, would you be interested in that? They go, yeah, why? Because they're still getting 500, but now they've all week, they've time, they've bought time to get up, hang around the house, live life on their terms, and that's what these kind of opportunities get. So it's very important to find out why people are in the business. Some people want to have more holidays, some people want to travel. Here's my question. Have you seen the seven wonders of the world? Have you been to every continent? Asia, South America, Europe, Africa. Have you been to every continent in the world? Have you been to the best 10 beaches in the world? Have you been to the 10 best national parks in the world? You see, there's so much out there that we could do, and we're not going to get it done. We're going to say, we'll work until we're 60, 65, and then when I retire, I'll be able to travel. I'll be able to go and see the world. Guys, that's the wrong idea. That is the wrong idea. You need to work hard now for the next 3 years. Make a fortune so that you can retire young, you can retire early. And then you're fit to travel, you're fit to go around and see the world. And then when you're getting older and you want to retire, get yourself a job. Get yourself a job when you're 65. That's what I say. Get yourself a job to keep you busy, to keep you active, to keep you doing stuff. A lot of people go downhill when they retire because they put the feet up, there's nothing to do, no mission in life, nowhere to go. Sit and watch television, listen to the radio, read the newspaper. They have no mission. And they get old and sore and tired. So I reckon you should never retire. I reckon you should work hard now and enjoy your life. Work hard, make the money so you have the time to enjoy your life. Financial freedom, what does that mean to you? Write that down. Financial freedom, what would that mean to you? You see, it's just 2 words, financial freedom. But what does it mean, financial freedom? Does that mean you could, here's what I think it might mean. You could go to the airport and you could go up to the information desk and say, I would like to go on the next flight. I'd like to go on the next flight to a very nice warm country. Where have you gotten? She said, oh, we have all these destinations here. Okay, I want to go on this one. But sir, that flight leaves in 3 hours. You know, yes, that's fine. And you don't have a ticket. No, I want to book a ticket now. Well, it's very expensive right now. I don't care. I want a ticket. Well, and I want to go first class. Oh, you want a first class ticket? So let's pretend it's a first class ticket to United States of America, to some nice warm area there, and he says it's £3,000 or £4,000 first class. Well, no problem. He says, sir, I'd like to check in your bags. And you say, I don't have any bags. What do you mean you don't have any bags? You don't know where you're going. You would go anywhere and you don't have any bags. No, I'll get my bags. I'll get my suitcase when I arrive. Well, how are you going to get your suitcase, sir, when you arrive? You need to check it in here before you get on the plane. I don't have one. I'm going to buy a suitcase when I arrive in America, and then I'm going to go shopping, and I'm going to fill it with clothes that I need. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what time the flight leaves. It doesn't matter about the price of the flight. It doesn't matter about your clothes. You can buy the clothes as you need them. You don't have to wash them. You take them off and give them to someone. Buy new clothes. You haven't decided which hotel you're going to stay in. It doesn't matter. When you get there, you'll decide. So financial freedom is not having the burden to worry about anything. So you just need to think, what would it mean to you? Nobody ringing you up looking for money. All your charities looked after that you could donate to them. What about donating 100,000 this year to your favorite charity? How would that feel? Wouldn't you feel great? And then next year you say, who are we going to give it to next year? What charity could we help and support next year? I'm going to give away 100,000. How good would that be? So you need to start thinking what you want from this business. And when you know what you want, you'll have a chance of getting it. The problem is most people don't know why they're in the business. And that's why this is very, very important. Some people just want to help other people. That's very important. Helping others is incredible. Some people want personal development. Some people want to grow their own business. You see, lots of people have never had a business. And they say to themselves, you know, I wished I owned that hotel. I wished I owned that big restaurant that's doing very well down in the middle of the town or down in the middle of the city. Oh, I wished I owned that business that just opened up. I thought about that idea, but I didn't open it. Somebody else opened it. Because people don't know how to open a business, wouldn't it be great to grow your own business? Guys, you can build an international business with the opportunity that you're in right now. You could build a global international business without rent, without rates, without staff, without wages, without insurance, without deliveries, without warehouses. You can travel the world and build an international business from your home, from your home office, from your computer, from your cell phone, from your mobile phone. We have an international business that we can develop together, guys. It's incredible. You've got to appreciate what we have here. Some people want to work with their friends. Now, if you're working in a job and you walk into that job and you get the job, congratulations. But you have no idea who else is there. You don't know who you're sitting beside, where they're from, do you like them? You do not pick who you work with. In this business, you can choose who you work with because it's up to you to introduce them to the opportunity. You can decide who you like, who you want to roll up your sleeves and go to work with. You can decide to work with your friends. Some people want to leave a legacy. What does that mean? Well, I don't know if you have any kids, but if you have kids, wouldn't it be nice to leave them a property? Would it be nice to leave them a house with no mortgage? Would it be nice to leave them a business that brings in money? Yeah, leave a legacy. Wouldn't it be nice to create something? Would it be nice to set up your own charity? Say, you know, I'm going to work hard for the next 3 years. I'm going to set up my own charity. I'm going to help this cause, that cause. I'm going to call it, I'm going to name it this. You name that. You create a legacy, and the money you earn continues. In this business, the money that you earn continues to your family. Okay? This business is sellable, willable, transferable. You're creating a legacy. And that's what you want to be remembered for. And again, some people just want to have fun. We have business people, very, very wealthy business people involved in our business. They're not really interested in making money. You know what? They're interested in helping other people. They're interested in trying another business because this is new to them. They're interested in creating a legacy. They're interested in having a lot of fun, traveling the world, going to different events, meeting people. That's what they're interested. So you've got to really source out when you're making out your list, your prospect list. What am I offering people? What is my business all about? And here, when you look at this slide, it's got nothing to do with your product. Yeah, it's nothing to do with your product. It's more to do with what you want from this business. And that's what we call our why. Now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to maybe tick off 1 or 2 things. What's important to you? More money, more time, retire without worries, give more to charity, travel, meet new people, financial independence, leaving a legacy. You tick which box you did. And then what you need to do is you need to write down in a few lines or a sentence, why did I pick that? Why did I pick more time? Well, I picked more time because my wee boy has grown up. He's away now and he's married. He's left the house and we don't see him that often. So I really want to offer people more time. I want more time, or I'm too busy at work. I'd love more time to travel, or whatever it is. Whatever is the one you tick, right? Why did you pick it? And this has to be written down. Now, I suggest you get your new diary and put it in your diary, at the front of your diary, the reason you're doing the business, why you're doing it. It's very, very important. The next question is, how much do you need per month? Now, to get this working for you, if it's more time, what do you need a month? If, let's say you make 500 a week. If you were making 500 a week from your opportunity, that you didn't have to go to work, well, would that give you more time? So how much do you need? 500 a week, or 500, 200, 2,000 a month? Now, if you own a shop or you're in business, and maybe the business is making you 3,000 or 4,000 a week, maybe turning over 5,000, maybe costing you 2,000 or 3,000 to run, you're still making about 2,000 a week. Maybe you need 8,000 a month so that you could close the shop and you still have the 8,000 coming in. So maybe that's the figure you need. So how much do you need to reach this priority is very important to do. And my next question is, will your current job or occupation give you this additional income? If you're making 500 a week at your job or in your shop, in your business, where are you going to get another 500? Can you get an extra 500 from your job? Yeah. If you're making 2,000 a week in your shop, can your shop make you another 2,000? Probably not. You're probably making as much as you can from your shop. In your job, if you're making 500 a week, you probably can't get 1,000 a week. If you're on 1,000 a week, you probably can't get 2,000 out of your job. So will your current job or occupation deliver the lifestyle you want? I don't think so. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this presentation. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in an opportunity. Because you want more. You want more for you, you want more for your family, and you want more for others. And then what's very important at the bottom is, what's the consequences of not getting what you want? What's the consequences of not getting what you want? That's very important to think about that. And it's very hard to think about right now. You need to spend 10, 15 minutes just working on that there alone. That one little piece on the bottom right-hand corner. What's the consequences of me not getting what I want? Well, that means I have to work for the next 10 years, 15 years. That means you have to fight that traffic into work. I have to jump on the tube, or you have to get a lift into work. What does that mean? Not getting what you want. That means I have to get up when the alarm clock rings every morning. Guys, I don't have an alarm clock. I get up when I wake up naturally. If I feel tired or my eyes are heavy, I just go to sleep again. Why? Because I don't have to get up. Why? Because I've decided I control my life. I don't have a boss. I'm unemployable. I've decided, so I can sleep on. I can take my wife down to the shop. We both go shopping. I can take the kids to school. I can pick the kids up after school. I can be around the house when I want. So I work hard and I play hard and I live hard. But I've all the time I want now. I've bought back my time because the business brings me the money, and now I have all the time in the world, which is fantastic, and I can help others now achieve what they want. So work out what's the consequences of not getting what you want. Some people hate traveling into work. Yeah, some people wouldn't even want to own the business they work in. Isn't that incredible? Imagine you worked in a successful fish and chip shop or a successful clothes shop or a successful whatever business you're in. Some people wouldn't even want to own that business because they don't like their work. They don't like their job. It's incredible. They're totally dissatisfied. And you've got to create a mission, your own mission statement. You think about any company. Companies have a mission statement. Why they've been designed, what's their mission? And you will get this out of your dreams and your vision, your desires. So champions aren't made in the gym. Champions are made from something they have deep inside them. A desire, a dream, a vision. You've got to have a desire to do better than what you're doing right now. You've got to have a dream and a goal and a vision. And from that, from knowing what you want, you create this mission statement and write it in your diary. Just write I, then put your name and make that statement. Yeah? Very, very important. Make a mission statement. If you don't know what a mission statement is, Google it. Go and find out what the mission statement is of the big companies. What's the mission statement of Google? What's the mission statement of Apple? What's the mission statement of British Airways? Whatever it is, go and find out what their mission statement is, and then start working out yours. And write out your mission statement, what it is you want to achieve. Yeah? One of my goals is to have 1 million distributors in my business, 1 million affiliates in my business, 1 million people. If you could change the lives or help potentially change the lives of 1 million people, wouldn't that be fantastic? If you could train 1 million people, if you could give 1 million people their own mission statement in life, their own direction, help them decide their own dreams, their own visions, how good would that be? Yeah? So go create your own mission statement, guys, because Big Brother, you see him everywhere. Big Brother, he's on the traffic lights. Big Brother is on the side of the road as you drive down. Those cameras are everywhere, guys. From this moment on, just pretend the camera's right on your face right now. And you have to pick up that mic. You are being watched. You decide what's right for you. You write the storybook. From here on, you make the decision. You go after those goals. Now here's a question. If you had all the money you wanted, and all the time to enjoy it, what would you do? Think about that. If you had all the money you wanted, let's call it $1 million, and all the time to enjoy it, so you didn't have to go to work and you had $1 million, what would you do? What would you do? What would you like to do? Where would you like to go? Who would you like to hang out with? What things could you do with that? So that's important to work out and give you a reason for doing things. Here's another question. Is what you're doing now outside the opportunity going to deliver that for you? So is your shop or is your business, the work you go to, is that going to give you money and time? Or is it just a rat race that you're in? Very, very important. So in 2017, we need to set out our income goals. What are our income goals? Guys, I'm going to tell you something here. Do you actually know your break-even point? Do you know how much you need to bring in on a monthly basis to break even? You see, some people are working in the negative. They're bringing in 500 a week, but they're spending 600 a week. They're bringing in 600 a week and they're spending 800 a week. Do you know that most people are in that situation? Do you know that most people haven't even worked out what their break-even point? I was just playing around with a few numbers. Take a quick look at this. For those of you that rent a house or have a mortgage, I mean, I'm just going to take a typical 4-family home, 2 adults, 2 kids, and rent for a house. I mean, I don't know where you live. It really depends on what area. I mean, if you're living in a major city, I mean, these numbers are much, much higher. But then again, your income's probably higher. But middle of the road, across the country, I mean, you're bound to be paying somewhere between $500-600 a week on a mortgage, or $500 or $600 quid a week, a month on rent. Would that be a fair enough number? Just put that down as 600 quid for rent or mortgage. So you need to make that every month to live on. Rates, well, depending on what country you're from, there are government taxes and rates on properties nowadays. I know that my rates are $2,400 a year for my house. I have to pay $2,400 per year, which is $200 a month. So I'm just saying maybe an average house is maybe 100 for rates. So now you have to make $700 a month to break even. What about heating? Well, again, depending where you live, depending on the fuel you choose, whether it's gas, whether it's coal, whether it's oil-fired, whatever, solar, heating, you easily spend $150 a month. So now we're looking at $850 a month. When you add electricity, there's $1,000 a month. What about your telephone, your house phone, and your broadband connection? That's bound to be $50 a month. What about a mobile phone? Well, guys, my mobile phone costs more than that. But in our house, we have 8 mobile phones. There are 8 mobile phones in my house. Myself, my wife, and my 6 kids. But in a typical house, I'm bound to be spending $100 a month on mobiles. Easy. So work that out. Food. Well, again, there's 8 people in my house, so 100 a week just does not do. It's more like 200 a week. But I'm talking about a typical 2 adults. You'll probably spend 100 a week on groceries. Clothing, 200 a month, 50 quid a week. A pair of shoes is £50. The kids always are getting new shoes. They're growing out of the old shoes. They need new PE gear for sports at school. They need this. We're always spending money on clothes. Guys, our household, it's a lot more, but I'm just putting down a small number like 200. Presents and gifts, quite easy. Car. Well, if you are financing a car, you can probably get a car somewhere between $300 and $500 a month just for finance. But even petrol or diesel, I'm spending £80, $100 a week traveling around, going to different events and meetings quite easily. Some people would spend a lot of money on travel, and that includes travel, that includes travel by train, by bus, by whatever method. But 125 a week for the whole family traveling. I think we could. If you're financing a car, it's a lot more than that. What about insurances? Well, car insurance, pet insurance, life insurance, house insurance. We're going to be spending $100 a month on that. Holidays, $250 a month. Well, people say I don't spend $250 a month on a holiday. No, you don't. But if you take one holiday a year, $250 a month is $3,000. Well, I don't know what type of holiday you're going to get for $3,000 for flights for 4 people and hotels and accommodation and spending money. I've just put down a small thing. What about furniture, replacement furniture in the house? What about repair? Let's add this up first of all. 600, and we'll go with the lower one here. 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 1150, 1550, 1750, 1850, 2350, 2450, 25. There's 2,700 a month. There's 2,700 a month, and we haven't gone into furniture, repairs, depreciation, taxes. What about school fees? What about books? What about gymnasium? What about pocket money? What about entertainment? What about going to the movies? What about, shoes? What about other utilities like water? What about TV license? What about fees for doctors and dentists and accountants and solicitors? What about hobbies like playing golf or doing this or doing that? Guys, it's bound to be well over 3,000 a month to keep a 4-house family going. 3,000 a month is 750 a week to stand still. 750 a week you need to stand still. Guys, and this is a good exercise. Now, I don't know if those numbers apply to you. If I had done my own numbers, it would be much larger because we have 6 kids in the house. But for a typical family, work this out for yourself. It's very, very important to know where you are, because it's all right earning lots of extra money, but you've got to know what your break-even point is. Now, another goal you need to work on is some materialistic goals. And I don't like these type of goals, particularly myself, but materialistic goals are things like cars and nice clothes and gadgets and all those type of things, but it can also be something very meaningful. I have a friend in the business, and when he got into the business, he wanted to get a cooker for the house for his wife. And I said, what? You want to get a cooker? He says, yeah, our cooker's been given a bother. The oven doesn't work all the time. It's quite old. It's about 7 years old. It just doesn't look good. I want to get her a real nice. I said, well, that's a brilliant goal. And I said, how much does it cost? He says, I think they're about, for what I'm looking for, I think I need about 2,500. I said, that's a good cooker. He said, well, it's called it's not a Naga cooker, but it's a cooker with 2 hobs on it. There's 2 ovens in it. And it's quite a wide thing. It's over 1 meter wide. I forget what you call them. There's agate cookers. It's a cheaper version of the agate cooker. A range, a Kitchen Master range, and it was £2,400. And he was in the business, and after 1 month, in his first month, he'd earned $2,400 for the business. And he never told me that he bought this, but when I went round to the house, I went in and I says, you're some boy wanting a new cooker. Sure, what do you want a new cooker? And you've got a beautiful cooker sitting there. What's wrong with that one? And he says to me, that is my new cooker. I said, oh, you got it. He says, yes. He said, wow, that's beautiful. He says, well, you know what? Every time we come into the kitchen, my family know I'm in the business. Our business got us that cooker. Do you know what? That heats the house, it heats the kitchen. Do you know what? We cook our food on that. Do you know what? We dry some of our clothes on that. Do you know what? We prepare. He says, it's a brilliant machine. Every time my wife comes in, the kids come in and they see that. They know that this opportunity, this business paid for that in our house. And that means I can go to 2 meetings a week. It means I can do my trainings on Saturday. It means they know we're in business together. So you can have good materialistic goals. So if you just want to change the bathroom this year, let's say it costs $5,000 to change your bathroom. New tiles, new paint, new ceiling, new lights, new bathroom furniture. If that was your goal, £5,000 or £6,000, that might be your goal. $5,000 or $6,000 for our American listeners. €5,000 or €6,000 for our European listeners. Yeah? That might be your goal. So what is it you need? You need to change the car. Is the car that bad that you're afraid to bring it into the car park? You'd rather hide it around the corner. If you're driving an 02, an 02 car, and you really want to get up to 08, 09, that's a goal. Maybe an extra 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 would change the car. So these are the materialistic goals I'm talking. I'm not talking about Porsches and Lamborghinis and the fancy stuff, but materialistic goals that are meaningful is what you want to achieve this year. Okay? Travel goals. I want to do 2 holidays this year. I want to do 4 holidays this year. Yeah? Whatever it is you do, let's do a little bit extra. Define where it is you want to go, what island, what country, what currency they use, how you're going to get there, how you're traveling, how many people are you taking, how much spending money do you want? Yeah? That's what you need to work on. You need to work on your savings. I suggest I'm not a financial advisor, but I suggest you should put 10% of what you earn into some kind of savings. Okay? 10% of what you earn, you should put away for that rainy day. Yeah? Very, very important. Whether it's into precious metals like gold or silver, you've got to save. 10% is not a bad idea. The experts would say put away about 10% for that rainy day. Investments. Have you any investments? Yeah? Think about that. What could you invest in? Yeah, could you invest in property? Could you invest in Forex? What is it you could invest in that would achieve some of your goals for you? Okay, can you get your money working for you instead of you working for your money? Think about that. Lots of people go out and they work for the money, but when the money comes in on Friday, they spend it, they've nothing left. Why? Because all of those bills we looked at take the money away. So can you get your money to work for you? Can your money produce you money? That's the deal. So have a look at all of these areas this year and see what you can achieve and write these down, please. Then I want you to do the same thing for the next 2 to 5 years. I mean, if you're going to make an extra $5,000 a month with your business, yeah, on top of your job, an extra $5,000 a month, what would that be like in 2 to 5 years? What should that number be? Yeah? Maybe you want to change your house in the next 2 to 5 years, move to a better area. Maybe you want to get a brand new car in 2 to 5 years. So now we're looking not just at 2017 goals, we're looking at the medium term goals. What can we do by 2020? Can we take 4 holidays a year? You see, most people can't take 4 holidays a year because they can't get off work. Most people can't travel because they don't have the money and the spending money to go travel. But with opportunity, with the business you're in, you could travel. You could have 4 holidays a year, 1 for every season. In the cold season, you might want to go skiing. There's a skiing holiday. You might want to go on a cruise. You might want to go to a warm island. You might want to go to your country of origin and see relatives. Whatever it is, 4 holidays a year. There's nothing wrong with that. A week at a time or 2 weeks at a time. These things are possible when you write them down and you develop these ideas. What could you be saving in the next 2 to 5 years? How would your investments do over the next 2 to 5 to 10 years? Start thinking about things like this and working it out, and start using some calculators to see in the potential and the possibility. Yeah? And then see, does your opportunity fit any of these? And put visual aspects down. If you want to pay for the kids to get through school, okay, so let's say, they're talking about kids going through college. It's a minimum of $9,000 to put someone through university. I have 6 kids. Oh my goodness, 9,000, 3 years of university. The students are putting themselves in $30,000 of debt to come out of education or higher education and not even a job to go to. Yeah, they're going into $30,000 of debt that they can't get rid of going through this schooling. What if you could provide the best education for your kids? So if that's your goal, that you have young kids or you have grandchildren, you'd like to put them through university, you need to be thinking, where will I get $10,000 a year? Where will I get an extra $30,000 over 3 years? So if it's education you're thinking, or travel, or new cars, or whatever it is, you need to write it down, guys. Write it down. Keep it in your diary. The best place is in your diary because you can flick through it and you can see it every day. Not put it on a piece of paper that you put away and don't see it to this time next year. You've got to be in front of your goals. A short pencil is better than a long memory, guys. Yeah? A short pencil is better than a long memory. Write them down, revise them, review them. You see, some people are aiming at absolutely nothing. And guess what? They're hitting it with incredible accuracy every single time. Now think about that. Some people aim at nothing and hit it with incredible accuracy every single time. So what they're doing is they're in the rat race. They get up in the morning at the same time. They put on the same clothes. They go down and have the same breakfast. They travel to the same job. They do that day in, day out, back home, tea, go to bed, up, do it again for 40 years of their life. They're just on the treadmill. They're just on the conveyor belt. Yeah, they're just following somebody else's dream. They're not building their own dream. So they're aiming at nothing other than doing the same old thing over and over again, taking no risk, not going out and building an opportunity, not seeing the value in a home-based business like we're all involved with. This is what we've got to be educating our people about. To start aiming at something, have a chance to even go ahead and hit it. Here's another question. What would you do with $1 million? For you to write that down. What would you do if you earned $1 million? What's the first 5 things you would do? Well, you know what I would do? I would count it. The first thing I would do with $1 million is count it. Why? Because I've never counted $1 million before. Wouldn't that not be great? Just spend a whole day or 2 days just counting it. There's a bundle there. There's 100,000. There's another 100,000 over there. Oh, I'm running out of time. Count that one again. Make sure that's right. Boom, count it. Then you need to put it somewhere safe, and then you need some advice, and then you need to decide what would you do with $1 million. What would you do? Would you pay off the mortgage? Would you pay off the house? Would you buy it? Maybe that's the wrong thing to do because, that's maybe the wrong thing to do. Maybe you would give 10% to your church or your mosque or your temple or your maybe you would give it away to your charity, 10%. Yeah, that would get rid of 100,000. Wouldn't that be great? What would you do with the rest? Who would you help first? What do you need? So these are the things I want you to pretend I've given you $1 million. Now, if you're from the UK, £1 million, or if you're from Europe, €1 million. What are the 5 things you would do? What could you do good with that? How much of it would you invest? Would you invest half of it? Would you invest 90% of it? Would you invest all of it? Yeah? There are programs out there that will make your money work for you rather than you having to work for your money. I want you to think about the important things in life, not the unimportant. You see, nobody knows what you want except you. Nobody knows. I don't know what you want. Your probably partner doesn't even know what you want because you've never told them. You probably haven't told yourself what you want because you haven't done this exercise. It's so important. And guess what? Nobody will be as sorry as you if you don't get them. So it's very, very important, this exercise. You see, what I want is I want better health. I don't want money. I want better health. I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. I want to live long. I want to help a lot of people. So that's what I'm interested in. I want less stress. I don't want the phone ringing and this and that. I want less stress about life. Because the stress in life is putting a burden on your health. I want more family time to grow up with the kids, to take them places, to enjoy time with them. I want more free time. You don't have to go to work. Why? Because you built an income, you built a business that produces the money over and over and over again. I want to help the less fortunate. I want the best of nourishment. I want the best food. Yeah. I want to find out the ingredients of the best food so I can live healthily. That's what I want to do. You see, some people just go to the cheapest shop, they grab the cheapest food to get through the day. They don't think about their health, and that's very important to me. Yeah, I want to help my family reach their goals. I want to help you. I want to help my friends, my business colleagues, my partners. I would love to help you get what you want. I would love it. It would be fantastic if you could come up to me and say, Hugh Paul, I was on one of your presentations, and that was the first time I heard something said like that, and I wrote it down, and I went and carried it out. Guess what? I made 300,000 last year, or I made 300,000 in 2 years, or you know what, it's just changed my life. Hey, we've got a new house, we've got a new car, everybody's doing well. You know what, I eat better, I sleep better. You know what, you changed our life. That's what I want to do. What do you want to do? I want to be debt-free, totally debt-free. Effortless living. Write that down. Effortless living. How good would that be? And once you do this, what we want you to do, we want you to review, we want you to revise, we want you to recalculate that journey. So when you accomplish some of these goals, it might be your first 2 customers. Fantastic. Once you get your 2 first customers, celebrate it. Tell the family. Tell your upline. Hey guys, I've got 2 customers. I'm delighted. Woohoo! 2 customers. Why? Because it's the first steps of success. Maybe your next goal is 5 customers. Maybe your first goal is 10 customers, 20 customers, 100 customers. Whatever it is, you need to set goals you need to accomplish. Now, these are different type of goals. These are business-oriented or business-related goals we're talking about right now. You need to achieve them. You need to be recognized for that success. You need to celebrate it with the family and with your team. You need to say, guys, when I reach that target, whatever that target is in your business, yeah, you know the number. Whenever I reach that, I'm taking my front line out for meal. Yeah, we're going to pick the best restaurant in our town. We've been out there. We've been out at 5:30. We're coming home at 1 a.m. It's all on me. We're celebrating that achievement. Or we're going abroad, or we're going on a cruise, or Whatever that is, you need to recognize, review, revise, recalculate, and keep aiming towards that. Now, don't adjust your goals. If you're not getting where you need to get, what you need to do is adjust your plan and adjust your work rate. You see, I know people are very good at setting goals. Some of the people on this call are brilliant at setting goals. But guess what? They don't have a plan to execute them, and they're not putting any work. They're doing as little as they can. They're sitting at home, they're sending little text messages, but they're not out working. You need to be showing this effortlessly to 2 or 3 people a day. Yeah, you need to be showing your business effortlessly to 2 or 3 people a day. And that's possible. You think it's not, but yes, it is. It's very, very possible. I can show you strategies how to talk to 2 or 3 people a day about your business. If you're sitting at home waiting for other people to do it, not doing the presentations, not doing the trainings, not growing your organization, that's what you need to do. You need to adjust your plan and your work, not your goals. You can have anything you want if you put in that work, if you roll up your sleeves. You see, there are 3 things you need. You need a burning desire to succeed. Write that down. You need a burning desire to succeed. You need a passion, a burning desire to succeed. For anybody who knows me on this call, do I have a burning desire to succeed? That's what you need, a burning passion, a burning desire. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you do what it takes. That's the number 1 thing you need, a burning desire to succeed. The second thing you need is a willingness to learn. Write that down. A willingness to learn. Okay? So you've got to say, okay, I'm new to this. I don't know how it all comes together, but I'm willing to learn how to do it. The first thing you need is a burning desire to succeed. The second thing you need is a willingness to learn. And the last thing you need is a willingness to go to work. You need to be willing to roll up your sleeves and go to work. Go do the job. Go see that client. Go pick up that phone. Go to that presentation. Turn up at that Zoom or that webinar or that training. Talk to your upline. Teach, learn. So that's the 3 ingredients you need to be successful here. You see, if you want to live your dreams, guys, you've got to wake up first, You've got to wake up, And some people say, okay, I've got it now, I really understand it. And they wake up half. They're up, oh. That's not waking up, guys. You need to shake yourself. You need to say, this is it. I have a vehicle. I'm going to achieve what I want. And some people almost succeed. Some people are 1 phone call away from a fortune. Do you know that? 1 phone call away from a fortune. They've hit the ball a few times. They've got very close to the edge, very close to the goal, and then they just don't seem to make it. They're only 1 phone call. They're only 1 training. They're only 1 Zoom, 1 live meeting away by bringing 1 guest to the next presentation. That could be the difference of the ball falling into the hole or just sitting there, not ever getting to where you want. Okay? So it's very, very important. You see, here's 2 people here. Have a look at the guy on the top. He's working away. He's never going to quit. Bang, 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 banging on the door, asking lots of people, learning, developing, personal development. He's getting it wrong. He's saying the wrong things. People don't show up. He's going through the work. He's hitting through the rock. He's banging away there. Now look at the guy on the bottom. He only needed to take 1 more strike, make 1 more call. Maybe go on this training. You see, the people that need to be on this training aren't on it right now. You're qualified. You're here. You're brilliant. But it's the people that weren't here need this the most. This one, if they picked up 1 tiny nugget of what I've said, I might have mentioned 5 or 6 things today on our presentation. If you picked 1 thing and worked on that, that could be the difference between success and failing in our business. 1 more phone call, 1 invitation, 1 more meeting. Learn a little bit more. Spend more time personally developing, learning the rules of our game. Yeah, learning our business. Yeah, following an expert. Very, very important. Now, don't let your dreams just be dreams. Some people have great dreams. Oh, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have that, but it's just a dream. Guys, you've got to roll up your sleeves and make it happen. Here's an interesting fact here. In Coca-Cola's first year, they only sold 25 bottles. Isn't that incredible? So if you're in the business and you're not getting the success you want, you're not getting enough customers, you're not getting enough people on the presentation, you're not signing enough people into the product. If it's not working for you, don't worry. It might even take you a year to learn this. If it took you 12 months to learn everything you need to know to be successful, wouldn't it be worth it? And after 12 months, if you stick around and learn what you need to learn and come on enough trainings, find yourself a mentor, find yourself a coach that will teach you and guide you. If it took you 12 months, would it be worth it to be successful in this industry? Answer that question. You see, it took you 12 months to walk. When you were a baby, you couldn't walk. You were crawling, you were falling off the couch, you were falling on the floor. Your parents kept picking you up and you fell again. They picked you up and you tried to go again. And eventually, after a year, you were able to walk. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Some of you couldn't talk for 12 months. Mama, dada, baba. That was it. You couldn't talk for 12 months. You had to practice and practice and learn and listen and learn and listen and listen and listen. Was it worth waiting 12 months and now you can say everything? And that's the same in this business. Some people give up in the first week, in the first 2 weeks, in the first month. Oh, this, oh, that didn't work, or that didn't happen. Or guys, that's how business operates. This is business. It takes time. I'm doing this for almost 20 years. Yeah? Maybe some of you are just new into this, a year or 2, 3 years, 4 years. You're still babies in the business. It takes time. When you introduce someone to the opportunity, tell them, listen, I want you to hang around for a minimum of a year to learn the game. I want you to learn the business. And then in year 2, we can go forward and make a fortune. But some people won't even put in that first year's effort. Now, of course, you can be more successful than that very fast. If you're a good learning, if you have a burning desire to see, if you're willing to learn, and if you're willing to go to work. As Walt Disney says, you know, all our dreams come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So that's the first module over of our training. We're going to start the second module in just a minute. So we're going to take a 2-minute break. If you want to go and get yourself a glass of water or refresh yourself just for a couple of minutes, and we'll come back then with our second module. I hope you find that beneficial. Our second module will start in 2 minutes. Thank you.